If your teammate gets team badge boost, then that means you're going up a tier and you will now have Hall of Fame shooting badges with a two-way slashing playmaker. Hey, what's up, YouTube? You already know I'm AllCity with AllCityLiveTV.com, and thank you for tuning in. I'm here to tell you that these new takeovers are finna change the game. Straight Mamba Mentality on NBA 2K21 for the next gen. We're gonna get into all of that and more right now. Let's get it. Alright guys, so before we start this video, please consider hitting that like button, as likes are directly correlated to the amount of views that we get on a video, so a like would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to join a great community of 2K players, non-toxic, positive vibes only, consider joining our Discord. The link for Discord will be in the description below. It'll also be the top pinned comment on this video. Let's get right into these takeovers, because when I say that takeovers are fitting to change the game, I really mean it. You now have an opportunity to get 3 takeovers. You have your primary takeover, your secondary takeover, and you also have team takeover. And if you are bold enough to wait until team takeover, then forget about it. And somebody asked me, matter of fact, if team takeover gives the entire team primary, or does it go up to, like, because you have a primary and secondary takeover, they're wondering if it gives you your actual secondary takeover or only gives you a primary takeover. That remains to be seen, but I imagine that they're only going to give primary takeover to the entire team. And I don't know yet if getting takeover, like team takeover, one person gets team takeover, does the rest of the team or remainder of the team get the opportunity to continue to accumulate their takeovers as they create more plays. And I doubt that's the case, because whenever you activate takeover, after that's done, it kind of resets the bar. So I think that getting team takeover may just give you the primary takeover. But let's get right into these takeovers, because I'm sure you guys want to know how takeover is going to change your game out there. So initially it says, instead of limiting players to 8 general archetype based takeovers, we've broken those 8 into 24 more specific takeover abilities. In a way, you can think of them as unique badges that you can fire off when you get hot. And what I noticed that 2K did with these takeovers is that they took some of the badges that we have grown to like in previous versions of 2K, and they kind of reincorporated, rebuilt those badges into takeovers. So they added them back and they put them into takeovers here. So for instance, Advanced Gatherers is the first takeover on the list, and it says unlocks more effective spin, euro, hop, step, and cradle gathers. Now, what badge is that we all have come to love on previous versions of 2K? It's in current gen. It is the fancy footwork badge, and they removed the fancy footwork from next gen and is now reincorporated as Advanced Gathers Takeover. So I think, there's 4 slashers out there. How effective is this badge going to be, and how can you utilize this badge how can you make it work with other takeovers, as you have a primary and a secondary? For instance, you have the finishing moves takeover badge. Now there's already a revive posterizer finishing badge out there, so it's going to be like the contact dunks, contact finisher badge. Finishing moves is able to absorb contact and finish at the rim, and I think they remove relentless finisher as well, and I'm sure they kind of reincorporated those badges into takeover, so people aren't extremely OP out there until they get hot. And when they get hot, you better watch out, because they coming from your neck. Don't stay too low in the paint. You got easy blow-bys, enhanced abilities for slashers to beat defenders off the dribble. So those seem to be all finishing takeovers, and you could kind of mix and match those finishing takeovers to be extremely dominant out there when you're trying to finish at the rack. All right, the next one on the list is pull up precision. Boost well-timed aim shots off the dribble. Now, pull-up precision. It says boost well-timed aim shots off the dribble. That's like for a shot creator, you know what I mean? Like, is this gonna be the shot creator takeover? But I'm sure there's much more to incorporate in there, which we're gonna show you guys in just a minute, because it seems like every player is gonna have a super enhanced, every particular type of archetype is gonna have a super enhanced ability when they get takeover. Ankle breaking shots. More ankle breakers off of spin and step back jumpers, again accompanied with the shot creating type of takeover. They took badges, broke them apart, and they just added more opportunities or more options for you to select. They kind of break it down so it doesn't encompass so much. So it's almost like a jack of all trades and master of none. So something like that, you know, a little bit of, it seems like that with these takeovers, now you're able to master a particular type of playing style. If you wanted to do just step backs, then you'll get ankle breaking shots for more ankle breakers off the spin and step back jumpers. And if you wanted to like boost your shots off the dribble, then you got pull up precision. Negative impact reduces defensive impact against pull-ups and other skill shots. Listen, you got to understand, all right, so the first three takeovers, it seems like the first three takeovers were referencing finishing at the pace, slashers, interior finishers, glass cleaning finishers, things like this, people that want to finish at the rack. The next three so far seem to have covered shot creators. And now we're going to go up to the next one on the list, because it looks like now we're at 6, now we go to 7. Limitless range extends your shooting range out to the logo. So now it looks like we're trying to look at spot up shooters or sharpshooters out there. Spot up precision boosts well-timed aim stationary jump shots and team rating boost. All right, so it looks like they only got 2 for sharpshooters out there so far. We're going to go through the list. We're going to continue to go on. Team rating boost. Players boost their teammates' offensive ratings. And I want to talk about how we can mix and match these badges up, because you're going to have an opportunity to select 2, your primary and your secondary. So we're going to talk about how you could mix and match these badges up so you can be the most dominant out there. The next one on the list is Team Takeover Boost. Boost your teammates' takeover meter progress, which is great. I think these are great additions, although I don't think that people are going to lean towards these badges in particular, aside from this next one where it says Team Badge Boost. Boost your teammates' badges up a tier. So let's say you created, because I don't know if this is going to actually work, but if you created a player, let's say that only has gold shooting badges. So now you got another player out there, one of your teammates gets the team badge boost, and you only got gold shooting badges out there with a 2-way slashing playmaker per se. If your teammate gets team badge boost, then that means you're going up a tier and you will now have Hall of Fame shooting badges with a 2-way slashing playmaker. So I don't necessarily know how they're gonna incorporate that in the game. Can you go up a tier past your cap? Are you able to go past your cap if you only get gold badges? If gold badges are all that's accessible to you, are you gonna go up a tier? Or if you got Hall of Fame, it may not be the case. I don't know if they're gonna allow you to go up past your cap. That remains to be seen, but that is definitely something that we got to find out. Extreme clamps. Now we're gonna get into the defensive badges. More stonewall and lost dribble body up resolutions for locks. Listen, you know, a huge problem, especially in current gen, is that defenders aren't rewarded for their efforts, man. It's a huge difference when you're a point guard out there and you're playing against a perimeter lockdown. It may feel a bit overwhelming, but for those advanced point guards, it's nothing to them, because you got a screen right there. You do a little dribble speed boost glitch or a curry slide right out of that speed boost glitch. The defender hits the screen, regardless if they got pick dodger on Hall of Fame and it's a GG, you're open for a 3. They need to change that. So now they come and introduce extreme clamps. So a defender out there, perimeter lockdown with takeover, is about to go crazy. Perimeter badge drop. Knock shooting badges down a tier when you get close. Another advantage for perimeter lockdowns out there are perimeter defenders. Perimeter badge drop is gonna knock those badges down a tier. So if you had like a Hall of Fame, even though we know range extender is taking out the game, but if you had like a badge that helps you shoot from range extended areas, now that badge is gonna get dropped down a bit, and perimeter lockdowns have an advantage once again. So it's good to see that 2K recognize that they need to reward the defense just as much as they reward the offense. Enhanced jump shot contest boost your ability to contest jumpers. Again, these are all takeover badges where you can choose a primary and a secondary and then go on to get team takeover, so your entire team gets takeover as well. Stuff blocks. Now it looks like we're going into the paint. Interior defense. Stuff blocks unlocks more SWAT, backboard pins, and grab blocks. I may start out with a center myself. I'm looking toward creating something like the glass cleaning finisher that I had for current gen, and I think with these type of badges like paint intimidation boosts your ability to affect shots around the rim. Things like this are gonna really like make me a force to be reckoned with on next gen. Interior badge drops the opposition scoring badges down a tier in the paint. So for all you post scorers out there, look for me to have the interior badge drop, because you're not finna post hook me to death. It's not going down. Box out wall improves the ability to seal off opponents for easier boards. So you're gonna have the ability to box out much better when you have this particular takeover. Glass clearing dimes. After rebounds, kick out passes boost your teammates' shooting ability. It's like a dimer badge for rebounders. So big men out there are gonna have the opportunity to boost the shooters' badges or boost the teammates' shooting. It says teammates shooting, so I don't know about the badges, but it's gonna boost their percentage when you get a board and you dish it back out. Power back down. So now it looks like we're getting into post play for interior offense. Easier to push defenders around when posting up. So that looks like the post badge that has already been OP for years. It was still OP in current gen. We just didn't see a lot of people using it. When they got that post move badge on, it's a GG for damn near every interior defender. Post playmaking boosts your teammates' offensive abilities when passing out of the post. That's pretty dope. So damn, that is dope. I didn't even notice that the last time, because we made a video on this yesterday, but I kind of wanted to get deeper into these takeover badges. So post playmaking is going to be like a dimer for players that go into the post, and I think this is going to prove really beneficial. It might change the type of big men that we got out there, because if a lot of good players can go into the post. They just been reluctant to go into the post because they're unable to finish most of the time unless you got your badges and your attributes extremely high. So the ability to boost your teammates' offensive abilities when passing out of a post is going to prove to be extremely beneficial. Advanced post moves. Easier to beat defenders with post moves. Again, another one that's gonna go with power back downs. These are, man, I gotta tell you, man, when you pair these takeovers up, when you get your primary and you work toward getting your secondary, you're going to be damn near unstoppable out there. So it's looking really good. There's going to be huge advantages to getting takeover. Post shot daggers increase scoring ability with hooks, fades, and shimmy shots. It looks like post moves and post scorers are getting a huge advantage out there. How that's going to translate into gameplay, we don't yet know. But I'm gonna continue on because this is huge, and you guys are gonna you guys are gonna really like what I'm about to tell you guys. We've also changed Takeover to a multi-tier system. If you haven't read this just yet, I'm gonna have the link to this courtside report in the description below. You guys could go check it out. This is where you get the special sauce out there. Last thing I wanted to mention about Takeover, we wanted to honor our late friend Kobe Bryant, who we tragically lost way too early this year. Rest rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, and my most sincere condolences and respect go out to the Bryant family. When you've earned all your badge points, you will receive the Mamba Mentality badge, which allows you to change your takeovers whenever you want. So just like Kobe, you can vary up how you choose to take over from one game to the next. Man, that makes my hair stand up. I gotta tell you, man, it makes my hair stand up because it's so great to know that you can change these takeovers from one game to the next and change how you dominate in NBA 2K21 on next gen. So there you have it, man. These are all of the takeovers. How do you mix and match these takeovers? Are you able to go with finishing takeovers and also go with limitless range? Like, are you able to get finishing moves and limitless range? This remains to be seen, but I'm hoping that that's going to be the case, because if you could add like contact dunks with limitless range shots, oh man, talk about the fun we're going to have on 2K21 in next gen. Hopefully you guys have all secured your next gen consoles. I'm still working on getting mine. If you guys found this video helpful and or informative, please consider hitting that like button, as likes directly correlate into the amount of views that we get on a particular video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, as we're gonna have a ton of NBA 2K21 content coming your way. I'll catch you guys on the next video.